Hello, my name is Luis Velasquez. Welcome to this video on oil painting with calcite sun oil. I began to oil paint in 1957 at the age of 13, and for the next 43 years, like every other artist, I was exposed to hazardous and toxic materials as I painted my pictures. In the year 2000, I began my current work, focusing on safety for fine art painters. I am proud to say the last 11 years has resulted in my creating of several safe methods and use of materials for artists. Once you see this video and practice its principles, you will laugh at how simple the method is, and you will gain insight and understanding of its complexity. This will be a journey back in time to the studios of Rembrandt and Velasquez and other great masters, where you will learn the secrets of how they prepared the materials and used them to create their masterpieces. This ancient technical knowledge will serve you as a contemporary artist of today to create paintings that reflect your own view of today's world. Thank you very much. Notice the lines on the backboard. The jar on your left is uncleansed oil, full of mucilage, and it is not transparent. The middle jar is cleansed of mucilage, but not yet sun-bleached. The last jar is sun-bleached and sun-thickened. Notice that the oil in both jars is fully transparent. Properly prepared linseed flax oil will not yellow, as this test will show you. The jar appears yellow, but you're looking at the oil in concentration. If you look at the drops of oil on the white plate, you can see the difference of coloring. When we are oil painting, we use the oil very thinly as we apply emulsions or oil outs. Here you will see how I rub this in thinly, and you will see that the oil is crystal clear and colorless. Many companies sell flaxseed oil. Read the fine print carefully on the labels. The psyllium husk can be found also in health food stores. Liquor is a mixture of ethanol and water held in perfect suspension. The amount of ethanol is 1/2 of the proofing. Do not use liquor above 101 proof for the psyllium alcohol method. Mark a jar at 16 fluid ounces. Use a measuring glass to measure 2 ounces of husk. Add 3 to 4 ounces of liquor to the husk. You must mix the husk and the liquor first. Stir it for 2 minutes. Then add it to the oil. Make sure all the liquid goes into the oil. Cap the jar with a tight lid, then shake it vigorously for 1 minute. Reshake the jar several times over the next 12 to 24 hours. You do not need an electric blender for this. Pour the oil in a flexible aluminum container. Keep the oil between 1 and 2 inches. Do not stir the oil for the next 8 to 10 days. Let it stand still in the sun and air. At night, cover the oil with wood, as glass condenses moisture. Place a cotton ball in the funnel. A cotton ball is an effective filter. The ethanol causes the mucilage to drop out of the oil, and the wet husk holds the mucilage tightly. Allow time to drain good oil. To sun thicken your cleansed oil, use white opaque glassware. It is twice as effective as clear glassware. Keep the oil level between 1 and 2 inches. For many years, I would stir the oil with a spoon or a stick. Recently, I found that a ladle is more efficient, as it introduces more air into the oil. Oil thickens with oxygen and bleaches with sunlight. Do not worry about bugs getting into the oil. They are all easily filtered out by the cotton ball in the funnel. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the oil to bleach. Additional time is needed to thicken the oil. Let the oil thicken to the degree of viscosity of your choice. Use cheesecloth to filter the thick oil through the funnel. I devised a new method to sun thicken the clean oil. Keep the oil level in the jar between 2 and 4 inches. A small hole in the lid allows oxygen to enter the jar. Place a fingertip over the hole and shake the jar vigorously for a minute twice a day. The first photo shows pure white mucilage on the bottom of the jar. I used a special technique to cause the mucilage to drop out of the oil. These 4 photos taken over a 12-month period show the mucilage decomposing and turning brown over time. The oil seen in concentration is pale yellow. Notice the clear, crystal clear, colorless bubble. In the live film sequence following, I will show you more details of the dark mucilage, and of the yellow oil in concentration, and of the crystal clear, colorless, thin bubble seen in the jar. When we rub on and oil out on the surface of a painting, it remains colorless and crystal clear and will not yellow over time. A glazed floor tile makes a perfect grinding table. Do not buy a black one nor a white one. Making CSO is easy. Please study the 12-minute video seen later in this DVD. You must first learn how to measure the correct amounts of oil and chalk. Once you know how to make the CSO, you will not need to measure the ingredients. CSO is firm. AGUADO is loose and fluid. A demo showing how to make AGUADO comes later. Mixing and grinding are different. Apply pressure on the palette knife when you grind. Mix the CSO with the tube oil paint in roughly equal amounts. You do not need to be exact. Some colors need a bit more, others a bit less. CSO is light beige in color, but is 98% transparent. CSO has no coloring nor tinting strength. Grind the CSO well with the tube oil paint. It only takes seconds. An emulsion made with a superior oil and the egg glair is a true wonder medium. We will only use the clear white of the egg. We will not use the egg yolk. If yolk gets into the bowl, remove all of it. Crack a small hole at one end and let the clear egg white drop into a bowl. Use the egg at room temperature for best results. Use a metal tablespoon, not a fork. Do not use a plastic spoon. Do not use an electric egg beater, as it will evaporate the egg. This procedure will take between 5 to 10 minutes. Remove the froth and place it in a jar. Repeat this until all the egg has been frothed.